Hello everyone, how are we all doing today? We're back again, another prediction video. We're nearly at Christmas. I'm recording this on Thursday morning. I've just woken up, as you can probably tell. So we've got 6 games to go through today, all for the 23rd, which is Saturday. 6 games, some great games. Before we dive in, I want to quickly mention that we are doing a massive community bet for the 26th of December, Boxing Day. You know, the Premier League, it's always a bit wild on that day for some reason. Every year we get crazy results, high scoring games. So for this one, we're going to be doing something different. In the free Telegram channel, I'm going to be putting a poll out for every single game on the 26th in the Premier League. And you guys are going to vote on what you think is going to happen. Then we're going to put them all together and make a massive ACCA, and all of us can jump on it. You don't have to, but all of us are going to jump on it and we're all in it together. We're going to try and win some money by putting our minds together, and we'll see how it goes. Imagine if that wins, it'd be pretty mad. So to be involved with that, you've got to join the free Telegram account, and the link is in description. If you haven't got Telegram, just go in the App Store on your phone, download it, it's free. It's basically like WhatsApp, but a community WhatsApp in simple terms. So yeah, get involved. And remember guys, if you're new around here and you enjoy football and football betting, then this is a channel for you. We have loads of videos every week about different predictions for the Premier League, and then different kind of betting advice and hints and tips, etc, etc. So make sure you subscribe. First game is West Ham versus Man United. Good game to start with. It's the early kickoff. Unfortunately, last night we lost 5-1 to Liverpool. Yeah, not great. Moyes did rotate the team a lot, which a lot of fans didn't agree with. Everyone wanted to see our full team out and really go for it and try and get into the semis, but he rotated a lot and it showed. We played poor. We lost 5-1. And he rested a lot of players for this Man U game. And to be honest, I think a lot of fans would have preferred to win last night and lose to Man U. But there we go. A lot of unhappy hammers. We have been very up and down this year. We lost 5-0 to Fulham. But then we beat Freiburg in Europe. Then we beat Wolves 3-0. But then back down again with the loss to Liverpool. Man United are in bad form, only 1 win in 5. But to be fair, no one expected them to get anything at Liverpool. So a draw there was a good result for them. West Ham were very strong at home. In our last 12 games in all competitions, we've only lost twice at home. Man U, on the other hand, are not very good away from home. In 11 away games this season, they've only won 4. In this fixture last year, we won 1-0. Happy days, but at Old Trafford, we lost 3-1. West Ham have scored in every home game this season, except for one, and that was against Everton. Man U were very good at scoring away from home. However, they failed to score in their last 2 away games. Now, in this one, I can see us getting something from it. We seem to be a bit of a bogey team to Man U. We usually play very well against them. It would be back to our full strength team, and I think Man U will struggle against our 3 attackers who are all on fire. All of them are on form at the moment. You've got Kudos, Bowen and Paqueta. And I think the Man U defence will struggle against them 3, especially on the counter. There's a lot of pace there. So I'm going for a double chance. So West Ham to either win or draw, and the odds are 1.44. Next up, we've got Fulham versus Burnley. Fulham are on fire at the moment, when playing at home anyway, winning 4 out of the last 5. Their last 2 home games were the 5-0 against Forest and West Ham. Brilliant. Burnley, on the other hand, they've not won away in 6 games now, although they did get a draw against Brighton in their last away game. With this one, we're just going by form, really. There's not too much going on. There's not many goals about. There's not many both teams scoring, but because of Fulham's really, really good home form and Burnley's very, very poor away form, we're just going to keep it very simple, and we're going for a Fulham win, and the odds are 1.67. Next up, we've got Luton versus Newcastle. Fortunately, Luton's last game was abandoned due to their captain Lockyer. He collapsed on the pitch. Very horrible to see, and we wish him a speedy recovery. In terms of the team's mentality going into the game now, I think they'll put in the extra effort for their captain. I think they're going to do well against Newcastle. I don't know if they'll win, but I think they'll put in a very good performance. Luton, they've been playing very well at home. They've had games against City, Man U, Liverpool, and they haven't got thrashed. They've nearly won them, so they do very well. Saying that, they've only won 1 game out of the last 5, but they're tough games. And they played well. Newcastle's form is questionable, but they did win their last league game against Fulham. They won that 3-0. They also played in the Cup midweek, but it went to pens, losing out to Chelsea, but they did rotate their team quite a lot. Luton have played 9 games at home this season, and 8 of them have all ended with both teams scoring, which is pretty mad. And Newcastle's away goal scoring record is good. They've scored in 8 of their last 12. So with this one, we are going with both teams to score, and the odds are 1.73. We're at the halfway point. I just want to mention, remember, if you're doing every single bet in an accumulator, be careful, because it's high odds for a reason. It's just a bit of fun, really. Use small stakes or a free bet. But what I like to do is choose 2 selections from this lot and make a double, and that's my more serious bet for the week. What I do is I also post my 2 favourite selections in the Telegram account to you guys for free. So for last weekend, we had Man City to be winning at half-time, and we also had over 1.5 goals in the Burnley and Everton game, and that doubled your money and it won. So if you want to know what my 2 selections are out of these for this Saturday, join the free Telegram link, and that is in the description. Okay, let's continue. We've got Forest versus Bournemouth next. Forest are in terrible form. They've got no wins in 6 games. Bournemouth, however, they are smashing it, winning 4 out of their 5 last away games. But as mentioned earlier, their most recent game was against Luton, and that was cancelled. But before the game was stopped, they did bring it back to 1-1, and they were looking very strong. Now, what throws a spanner in the works with this one is Forest have sacked Cooper now, so I think he took him as far as he could. He done well. He got him in a very good position in where they are now compared to when he took over. But I think he's taken them as far as he can now, so I think it was the right time to bring someone new in with some fresh ideas. They brought in Nuno, the ex-Wolves and Spurs manager. I think he'd be a good fit for him, because if he can do what he done at Wolves to Forest, they'll be a very strong team. He was so good at Wolves. He wasn't so good at Spurs, but he wasn't given that long there, but he is a very good manager, I think. Now, teams, they always seem to get a massive boost when a new manager comes in, especially being at home for the first game. All the players will want to impress him. The fans will be in good spirits. There's going to be a loud atmosphere. It's going to be like the 12th man of the team. I don't know. I can see Forest winning this one. It's a bold move here. I know Bournemouth are on fire at the moment, but it's got to come to an end eventually, and I think this is the game where Forest win, and the odds of that are 2.75. Next up, we've got Spurs versus Everton. Spurs were going through a bit of a rough patch, losing 3 games in a row. However, since then they've won 2 games, and they were against Newcastle and Forest. Everton are still in great form. They've not lost in 5 games now. If you count the cup game as a draw, which was 1-1, but then they lost on pens. When these last 2 met, Spurs won 2-0, and at Goodison Park it was a 1-1 draw. In the last 4 home games for Spurs, they've all ended with over 2.5 goals, but only 1 out of 5 in Everton's away games have ended with over 2.5 goals. So it's a bit hard to judge if there's going to be a lot of goals or not, to be fair. I'm not too sure on that. I know Everton are in fantastic form, but I do think the streak ends here. Just like the other game, I think it ends here. Spurs are looking very strong again. Their last game at home was the 4-1 win against Newcastle. So we are going for a Spurs win, and the odds are 1.8. Now we end with the big one. Another tasty match. Liverpool versus Arsenal. So, as we know, Liverpool had Man U at home last. Everyone, including myself, expected a comfortable win for Liverpool, but it didn't happen. It was a ball draw, but if any of you guys watched it or you saw the stats, Liverpool had chance after chance after chance. They had 34 attempts at goal. They had 12 corners, but they couldn't score. Shame it wasn't like this against West Ham last night in the Cup, but hey-ho. Arsenal's last away game in the league was against Villa, and that's the one they lost 1-0. Arsenal away this year they're a bit rocky. If you look at their last 9 away games, in all competitions, they've only won 3 of them. As I mentioned every week, Liverpool at home are just brilliant. Their form at home is fantastic. They've won every game except for one, which was the Man U game. Head-to-head between these 2 teams are close. Liverpool have won 12, Arsenal have won 10, and there's been 17 draws. In the head-to-heads last year, we saw plenty of goals. It was 2-2 at Anfield, and it was 3-2 at Arsenal. Arsenal started the season very good defensively when playing away from home. However, since the 3rd of October, they've played 9 away games and they've conceded in 8 of them. Liverpool have only failed to score less than 2 goals at home this year, just the once, which is the Man U game. So every other game, at home they've scored at least 2 goals, which is pretty mad. I know they didn't score against Man U, but yesterday they scored 5 pretty easily. And alongside their excellent home form and Arsenal conceding quite a lot away from home at the moment, we're going quite bold again. We are going with Liverpool to score over 1.5 goals, and the odds of that are 2. So if you put this all in a ACCA, the total odds are 41.17. So if you put £10 on it, like I am, the return is £411.67p. For your chance to win half of these winnings, if the bet comes in, all you've got to do is comment below your favourite tip for this Saturday. It doesn't have to be one of mine, it can be your own. That's all you've got to do, comment that below and you'll have a chance to win half the money. Remember guys, we're doing a massive community bet for Boxing Day, the 26th of December. We're all coming together, we're all voting for our selections, and we're all going to have a massive bet together, and hopefully it wins, because that would be some mad scenes. And to get involved with that, all you've got to do is join the free Telegram link, which is in the description. That's it from me guys. Merry Christmas, enjoy your holidays, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care, peace.